I'm pretty sure he was in the military.
What's his name?
Respect.
James Blunt.
James.
Oh shit! Now that's
Wow.
a name that gets you instant respect. You know, from me.
Respect.
Welcome to Joy Tactics, the podcast dedicated to all things joyful, joyous, and meeting as many celebrities as humanly possible. Hosted by Eric Rahill, Nate Veroni, and Jack Bensinger. Enjoy.
Risk. You can't spell risk without risk, okay? Remember?
This episode is all about risk taking, risk behavior,
risk analysis,
which I'm talented in very naturally.
We're three people who have basically centered our lives around risks, taking risks personally, professionally, and spiritually.
Educational risks,
of course. I was just thinking today about how instead of going to college, I stayed home and made rap videos in Virginia. That was a huge risk. And did it pay off? Not directly, but
yes, it has. Yes, it has, man.
Yeah, it most definitely has. Are you kidding me?
Well, the connections I made, the person I was working for back there discovered somebody who you may have heard of called DaBaby. Now, we don't support DaBaby because of what he said.
Wait, what?
That's right.
So you kind of discovered DaBaby in a weird tangentially.
I was wondering why I felt that way. Like whenever I hear DaBaby, I feel like when I hear somebody else listening to it, I feel like taking credit for it and like they're fucking with me. Like,
yeah.
But didn't DaBaby do Panini with Lil Nas X, and yet he was homophobic?
Well, this is the cataclysmic correspondence between business and personal
damn. I hate two-faced. I hate it when you're two-faced like that. Come on now. If you're not rocking with the LGBTQ community, get out of my life now. Leave now.
And that's genuine.
It's crazy to be a celebrity and homophobic these days.
I know. What is wrong with you?
Even Kid
it
Rock.
was sick back in the day, man. I hear you there. All right.
Wait, we got to answer one. We got to
Huh?
answer one follow-up question from the last AMA, one that we thought was interesting and special, and comments on masculinity. The question was, do men ever get flowers? You know, because women traditionally get flowers out the wazoo every single day of their lives. Getting flowers nonstop for women. But do we ever get flowers as men?
No,
Are
man.
we ever gifted? And
I'll
I'm
tell
like,
you what.
dude,
I'll tell you what.
I've never been. I've never. Now that you mention it, psych. Men don't need flowers. We need respect, admiration, and things that are substantial within curating a life.
Cheese curls. No, you know what, dude? I'm saying we need some food as well. I'm saying flowers are awesome in the house. You think, what's the point? Flowers couldn't be that nice. You put them shit in a vase. You put it on your table. You immediately feel like lifted.
You feel as though there are angels floating around in your house.
Natural angels.
Natural
Man,
angels.
fuck that shit. Give me some head, dude. All right? I don't fucking need flowers.
No,
I want head.
Hey, man. No.
Hey,
I want to. That's why you're not getting any
listen.
flowers, man.
That's why
I want head so
why-
badly.
Yeah. Man, if you just acted a little better, you might be getting a. And by
I
the
can't
way,
behave myself.
can I tell you guys this? I've had to make bouquets, okay, once in a while for birthday gifts. You know what I mean? And instead of buying the pre-made ones, I look at that and say, tacky, get that shit out of here. It's not even as healthy because it's been sitting all. I put them together and I always body the fucking bouquets, okay?
Why are you
Because I'm
saying
not
that?
getting just the big roses and the purple, whatever. I'm getting greenery. Things that aren't just, things that might
Bouquet.
look a little.
You're putting
yeah.
like grass in there.
Essentially,
Oh,
I
dude.
like green, natural, earthy bouquets. Okay,
Let me
that's
tell
what
you.
I like.
Let me tell you
Vines.
what's been done.
What?
And Eric, your respect and incorporation of nature into things that are ordinarily so mundane and contrived is beautiful.
Thank you, man.
Now I kind of take it the opposite way for real. My girlfriend, she has a creature living amongst her known as a cat, C-A-T, feline. Now, those things are allergic to many types of types of
Right.
different plants.
Right.
So
That's true.
my intention is
That is
never
true.
to murder that cat, despite what people say, and despite it attacking me in the middle of the night and ruining my sleep and fucking me up. What did I do? I made Raleigh a bouquet out of Legos.
Dude, awesome.
And you guys
I-
are no longer together, right? That was kind of the thing
Yeah,
that
I
And then you
sat
took
on
her
the
destroyed
to
your
the
relationship.
train museum, and then you talked about.
Oh, really
all
funny,
the-
man. Really funny. No, listen. She looked at me after I did that and said, "Hey, I don't think I can ever look at you romantically this ever again. That was really childish." Like, no, I think I didn't actually do that, but I did. But I didn't buy them. Somebody else bought them for her. It was a family member. It was not another man, but well, it was. But it was a familial man, so we're good.
How do you all react if someone's jocking on your girl, macking on your girl?
Jocking on
What do you
my-
do? Yeah. What does jocking mean?
Yeah, you got it. Jocking,
I don't know. I guess that sounds.
You
about
know,
right.
I'm just being kind of
Whatever.
all up on
jocking on me, Jock Bensinger.
Jock Bensinger.
Well, there's a couple ways to approach it. There's confrontation.
Mhm.
That's risky, because what if
Back
somebody's
to risk.
has
See
a
how
gun.
seamlessly we make this shit happen?
So you see it, right?
Yeah, this is our improv brains. This is what Second City fucking taught us.
And by the way, yeah. I
Okay,
mean,
so, yeah.
There's-
Confrontation.
So there's ways to go about it. There's confrontation. There's cowering. There's using mental assassinatory tactics upon them.
Mental assassinatory stylings.
Okay, so let's say, all right, Nate, you are outside of the 930 Club. You just saw fucking the White Stripes and
Yeah.
the Strokes, and it was sick.
Yeah, but you were too busy in the corner with your headphones on and listening to Nas and classic hip hop,
Oh, yeah,
dancing
you're
your
90s,
ass off,
dude.
getting all sweaty.
I'm at the bar, just getting
Das
drunk at the
effects.
venue.
Okay,
really
sorry.
sweaty.
Okay, so
Sorry.
so some fucking young Tom Cruise comes up and just takes the back of his hand and just goes like this upon your chick's arm.
I'm already pissed, and I'm already pissed
Okay.
off just by this scenario.
Okay,
Yeah.
well that's what it's designed to do. So pissed off. So how are you reacting now? Are you assuming that this
Well,
person?
first
is-
off, I don't have ownership of my girlfriend. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? I do not
Yep.
own her at all. She is not
Yep.
mine. She is not. She is the property of herself. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Nate.
So that's just kind of
Okay, I
the
believe
kind of
you,
the
man. I
feminist
believe
the
you.
feminist type of shit that I'm on, man.
All
So
right,
basically,
now
yeah, I'm just
answer
gonna
how
let
you
it
really
happen,
feel.
okay?
And now answer how you really feel, man.
Knocking them out
With
But
a
in a
snake,
pathetic
with a dead
way.
snake.
in an unsuccessful, yeah, whipping out the dead snake. You know,
whipping out the dead snake, palming their head, and
Palming their
getting
head,
shot in the
fucking-
kidneys and dying.
yeah, I
Listen-
don't know. I feel like women do want you to fight for them. I think they like the idea of, like, I feel like my girlfriend would like love the idea of me like pushing some guy over, like, get out, you don't touch her. You know,
Interesting.
What about
Very
if you just
interesting.
went up to your girlfriend and started grinding on her in a way that this guy has never seen outside of Step Up, the Step Up
like an
movies?
advanced
Oh my God.
technique grinding.
You're, like,
Advanced
crumping
grinding.
on her,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you're doing like acrobatics.
basically like battling
You know
her,
what?
like
That would
You start
deter. I
battling
feel
him?
like, yeah.
Oh, shit.
that would work.
Dude, if you like start crumping on somebody when they're approaching your girl like that, and you're like, like, okay, if you could dance better than me, it's yours. I'd be.
That's how it
Not
would have
doing
went
too
down
good.
in the 80s. Like, people had those dance
Right.
fights, the West Side
People
Story
used to
types.
do a disco, but they would still shoot each other and stab each other. It's
Right,
like,
they
why
do the dance and then they do the violence.
yes,
Well, violence is a dance of its own.
of course it is.
Hey,
Capoeira.
at least it
Who
used
could
to
forget
be.
about? Well, capoeira is a violent dance. And what is dancing but a
Capybara.
physical expression of well? And I
Someone
heard,
commented on our YouTube that listening to us is like listening to their fugly uncles in a hot tub.
did they say
at the
fuck?
No.
hotel. No, but I just put fugly in there.
Okay, because
Their
All
uncles in a
drunk.
hot tub.
it's like listening to your drunk uncles in a hot tub.
Yeah.
Hey man, at least we got a hot tub.
At least we got a fucking tub.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that guy died from Legionnaire's disease
What the
From
fuck is that?
from sitting in a hot tub?
What is that?
Some special disease I wasn't aware of, but it sounds like it dates back to Roman times.
It sounds like an award. Yo, I got Legionnaires. Congrats, bro.
Yeah, it doesn't
Like,
sound that bad.
That sounds like the fucking Elite Four type shit.
Yeah,
that sounds
that
like,
yeah,
does
it
sound
sounds
oh,
like
nice.
It sounds good.
It sounds like
There is.
something Articuno
You
would
guys
give
saw
you.
this, right? There was a World War One disease that is spreading in
Burning Man,
Burning Man.
Ebola.
I think it is Ebola. It was.
I have some news about that.
there
What?
was.
You are friends with the person who started this rumor.
Oh.
Who started it?
Well, they're actually friend of the show. Their name is Brace Belden.
Is it?
Did he
was this
really?
completely fabricated?
Yes. Brace
Are
made
you
that whole
serious?
thing up. Yes, and they went on to write articles about it.
Oh,
Like it was real.
man.
Full on Brace lying.
I
heard
saw.
This
Go
is
ahead,
like
go ahead.
secondhand, so I was like, so it's spreading.
Yeah, it's spreading. And that was
I mean, I
risky of,
believe it, dude.
Brace.
It got me
Wow.
kind of excited. I don't like people that go to Burning Man. I was like, I'm kind of happy for like the destruction of that event, you know?
I mean,
'Cause it's just like tech people with like white people with dreads, like that.
Yeah.
Are
Though, you
mean
know what,
and they-
man? I think you don't like that they're taking a risk, and they're taking
I'll tell you what.
a chance
That's the biggest
on life
risk is the
outside
white
of the city.
dreads.
Very good, Eric, by the way. Risk. I'll tell you what, and I mean this. And have I said this before?
What?
I swear on my whatever. Jesus was a white guy with dreads. Prove me wrong. How could he not have been? Can we just meet in the middle?
What
You know
is
what I'm
that
saying?
shroud? They claim to have the shroud that he was wrapped in that shows his face.
What the fuck?
Huh?
What is that
Like
shroud,
he got
Nate?
crystallized on it, like fossilized. They found his face
The
fossilized in
Jesus.
some toilet
Is
paper.
that is that in the Holy Grail or something?
Oh, that's a comedy.
I think it. Our church would say the Shroud of Turin. That's what I thought it was. Oh,
That's the shit in Red Bull.
if you look at the Shroud of Turin, which I believe shows Jesus as he was, I mean, it looks like a white guy with dreads. I'm not kidding you.
Shroud of Turin.
Yeah. the
No,
Shroud
I've
of
seen
Turin.
the rendering. Everyone look up the Jesus Christ rendering of what he looks like, and he
Oh,
doesn't
Oh,
look
man.
pretty. I mean,
He
he
looks
kinda,
like
he
the,
looks like my dad, honestly.
in the Shroud of Turin, he looks like the
Let me look
the
at
smaller
this
guy
shit.
from Flight of the Conchords. If he was like a Tekken character or something.
Yo, they're saying kind of Jesus looks kind of like me a little bit. Realistically?
What did everybody Google now?
I googled realistic Jesus.
Okay, realistic Jesus.
One of them
The
that looks just like fucking Nate.
Oh,
if he had
shit.
some hair.
Oh man.
And one of them looks like Jack.
One of them is that guy from Wolverine guy.
Yeah, was
Oh,
Jesus
you know
fugly?
what? Jesus, when he's got the little pencil mustache, kind of looks like, what's that guy's name? It's Young Gravy's friend, maybe. His name's like Lil Virgin or something. Lil No Sex or something.
I don't know.
I mean, Jesus was a virgin, so he
young
couldn't have
sex
been like that. He I bet you God made him like
you know,
kind of a little fugly.
I bet there's no question that Jesus was fugly. You know what I mean? Because that's another challenge for him to get over, and people wouldn't treat him good just because of how he looked. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
he doesn't look good. And you know what? In any Google image result of realistic Jesus, there's no good option. You know, they all don't look.
I know. I'm seeing some sexy.
I'm seeing a
sexy
bunch
ones.
of. I'm seeing Jared Leto. I'm seeing like a busted ass UFC fighter. I'm seeing like.
You think Jesus could fight?
There's no- well, he wouldn't-
No, he
he-
turns the other cheek away.
All right, he would be he'd be a good psychological warfare person because he's God.
He'd be a
He'd
Death
make you
Grips
think whatever
fan.
you want. I was
Um,
rocking with Jesus so fucking hard. I was rocking with him.
So
I don't know. Oh, go ahead.
Well, just Eric, now you've taken a risk in giving up your allegiances to Jesus.
Took a big risk, dude, when I denounced
The biggest
his
risk
ass.
you could take, really.
I remember, have I told this story where stopped being Christian for various reasons, and then there was about 6 months where I was like rocking agnostically, and then I went on a trip with my family to Washington D.C., and we went into an old art museum, and there was a tiny picture of Jesus, ancient painting from whatever, hundreds of years ago. And I saw the painting and I got just like
chills.
I got chills. And I took that as a sign of what have I've forsaken God. I said no to God, and this guy died for my sins, and I turned him away. What have I done? So then for about 2 weeks I was like rocking with Jesus again, praying to his ass, saying, take me back now. And then I started back down the path of darkness where you see me today.
Well, the thing is, you can't operate on fear, right?
Right. I
So,
hate fear-based tactics. I hate them.
well, it's joy tactics, of course.
Right.
So if there's a God, and the only way that they can convince you to join them in the war on whatever they want to do is through scaring you, that's a God that I am willing to rally against in hell. That's a God that I am. Don't make me start saying phrases, man. I will. I have a phrase, but I'm not going to say it.
You have the most deadly phrases.
I have deadly phrases ready to
person.
go at all times, like one of them fish with the tongue that's like goes as fast as a bullet. You know what I'm talking about? It's like a rock shrimp or something.
Oh yeah, I've seen that probably more.
You know, have we ever mentioned scare tactics on the pod?
Oh my God!
One of the
You
best.
just said scare. You just said
One of the
fear
best
tactics.
shows of all time.
Have we talked about Scare Tactics, the greatest TV show to ever hit the air?
No,
ever?
we
Scare
haven't.
tactics.
Where they really kill people.
Go look up Scare Tactics Babysitter. Have you seen
Oh
this?
my God! Yes,
This is one of my
Literally
favorite.
every episode, like I'm talking about, I don't think I have experienced more joy in my entire life than watching Scare Tactics. It is the best show that's ever been made. Tracy Morgan is the host of it.
Yes.
Like they just don't make TV like that anymore.
Well,
Can I explain the babysitter one?
please.
Okay.
And then I'll tell
then
you
you'll scare us?
my favorite one after.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm gonna scare you guys. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect. I like this amazing plan. And by the way, scaring people is risky. You know what I'm saying? Because
Absolutely.
you get shot, slapped, punched, sued. So it fits into the theme of the show. So, okay, my favorite one is Gary the babysitter. Gary the babysitter. And Gary is babysitting a child. Her mom says, mom's about to leave on a date. And the mom is like, her sister passed away last year. So she's acting funny. It's because of her dead sister. And he's like, and I think he's fully convinced. Maybe they've had some tactic where he's okay with seeing cameras, but I bet it's hidden camera. And basically he's sitting there with the girl that's still alive, and then the fucking TV, they're watching a movie and the TV turns off, turns back on, and it's static, and then it's the dead sister talking to the TV. Okay? And this guy starts to lose his mind. And then the TV gets unplugged, it starts moving around the room, and then a girl shows up knocking at the door looking all dead, and this guy is screaming because his reality has just been broken in front of his eyes. Ever get to see that?
And
Someone
he's screaming
thinking that,
really
No.
awesome. The screaming is really good.
You see terror that like people like a terror that like you will never experience ever in your life. Like you see it on their face. Like because we need to explain what this is first. Scare Tactics is a show where it's a prank show where supernatural things happen to people and there's hidden cameras. So like a ghost will appear, or like the first episode, like they have an alien spaceship that like lands in front of a car, and like there's like aliens that are like banging on the windows of this like car that can't start. And then there's always an accomplice who like is in on the prank. And I think the first episode, somebody like the very first prank that they did, like they sued the show.
Really?
I think the alien one, yeah, they like sued the show because it was like so like terrifying.
Oh my God. It's just so funny to see people accept this new reality where there is something supernatural afoot. You know what I mean? They accept it pretty quick.
Yeah.
And they're scared.
Yeah.
I accept.
And
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say my favorite one is the Antichrist birth.
I haven't seen this.
You had to. I feel like I showed you this before.
What happened?
This is the one where there's somebody who's working at the front desk. It's like a temp job, and they're like, "Hey, you just have to work at the front desk of this healthcare facility." And there's like this ominous like priest that comes in and is like, "Is it time yet?" And she's like, I don't know. And somebody comes in who's about to give birth and is like, it's coming. And this like priest is like in the corner with like sunglasses. And what happens is she's in the room and a little person is covered in red paint and comes out of her, and she's like screaming like, no! And they're like, we have to take the money, baby. And this like little person comes out of her all like devilish and is like, ah! Like fucking growling, and she's like, no! It's like insane, fucking insane.
Could they make those these days? The prank shows these days.
Well, let me tell you, they did.
Whoa.
A modern scare tactics?
They did. I think it had to have been the same people that did Scare Tactics, but it was hosted by. I think this is kind of genius that they did this. One of the Stranger Things kids.
Oh,
hosted
Gatton
it.
Marzano? Gatton?
Yes.
Something.
So when like somebody comes out and is like, "Hey, we're pranking you," they're like, "Oh, we can't get mad at
It's
like,
a child.
kid," which I thought that's probably the only way you could do that.
That's a good idea for war.
Man, we need to do Joy Tactics punked.
Yeah. Oh, that's what we
Prank
should
you
do
with
for the.
Joy.
We should do that
Pranking
for the
them
live
with-
show.
You just got $10 million. You know what I mean?
We rip it away from
live.
them.
Yeah. We make them feel amazing for about 30 minutes, and then
Have
Take
people
it all
fall in
away.
love with like ugly people, like really hot people,
Yeah.
because I mean they get to feel that for like 10 minutes, and then
isn't that better than nothing? You know
that's
what I
better
mean?
than nothing.
I'd rather
What else
feel
were you
pain
gonna
than
do?
nothing at all, as they say in that song. All right. Now I'm going to scare you guys.
All right,
Good luck,
try,
man.
man.
All right. All I need is a chicken wing.
Where'd you
I'm
get these
waiting.
chicken wing? Where'd you get these
Do you
wings?
have a chicken wing in front of you?
How old is that wing? Because you've been saying you're hungry.
Don't tell me you're about to like do that one bite.
Oh, this does fucking. I've seen this. Ugh.
What are you about to do with that thing, man? Put your hand behind it
No.
so people can see it. There we go.
Okay, so if you're listening, he's holding a lighter underneath a chicken wing.
Oh,
He's
oh,
heating it up.
dude.
Putting the flame now to the chicken wing, catching it upon fire.
Is it catching?
It's-
Oh, dude, light a blunt now.
I
Chicken
thought
wing
they
blunt,
were. Oh,
light a cigarette. The chicken wing is on fire.
now put that shit in your mouth now.
Oh. Jack just.
Wait, is that a candle, man? What the hell? You put a match in there?
It's a candle. Did I
serious?
scare you guys?
That's a chicken wing candle?
That was a
Yeah.
magic trick.
You
It's a-
fooled me, man.
It's a chicken wing candle. I got about 5 of them over here for my birthday.
Damn.
Are
if
we
had a
rocking
Vegas
with-
show,
Are we
we're just
rocking with
doing magic like
magicians?
that.
Of course. Of course. Yeah. Yeah. David Blaine is
I
one
like
of
the
the most
stunt
enjoyable
ones.
people to watch. When just the way he
David
speaks.
Blaine.
He says-
Is he canceled?
I heard he likes to, on the first date, he likes to get peed on.
Oh shit.
That's
I
nothing.
heard that for real. That's nothing. Oh, Eric, when you're on the first date, you got a fucking 6-story high rope swing, sex swing. That's like Mr. Beast level, like millions of
First
dollars.
date?
Eric will go on a 5-minute date and then roll himself up in a gimp suit, and it's a good thing
The
he's
first
not
date, man.
single.
What's the after the first sentence? Pee on me, like the first thing you see.
Yeah. But
First thing
wait,
you say to somebody.
you guys
Trump
remember
was
when he went to Harrison Ford's house? And
Yep.
Harrison Ford was like,
Oh yeah.
he puts a card into an orange, and then, and how did he do this? How did he get the card into the
I
fucking
don't
orange?
know. I
There's
can't.
many things like that.
And
Remember, he got
Harrison-
shot in the mouth. Have y'all
Yeah,
seen
well,
that one?
I could do that. A lot of people have had that happen. Some don't survive.
Well, that's what's
Wait.
cool about it.
Did we've talked about him before on this, because you had a funny joke about this many podcasts ago
About D. Blaine?
about Mr. Blaine.
What's the joke? I want to hear it.
I don't know. You had some amazing
I did?
joke about it. Yeah. It was
No.
amazing.
What the fuck was it?
I don't remember.
I'm trying to think of a joke about David Blaine to
Also, we can't even. You know how like I feel like we do this a lot, or I hear podcasts do this a lot too, where it's like I don't know if I said this on a previous episode. Man, nobody's listening to every fucking.
That's
episode of
right.
this shit.
Yo, if
nobody
you're
and our audience, by the way, has the memory
oh,
of a fucking goldfish.
oh,
They're
right.
washing dishes. They're fucking.
You
Yeah.
know what?
What?
We
They're riding
literally-
horses while they listen.
We may literally everyone's talking to me from a horse. We may as well just make the fact that we are doing a different topic every podcast. We should just re-release the same episode literally verbatim.
They'd have no clue.
Right. What do you think anybody has listened to the entire library?
The fucking
Joy
IRS probably
Tactics.
has.
Oh shit! There.
I want to see people do a cover of a podcast of us.
Ooh.
Get three of your
Yeah.
friends and verbatim.
try. Just try.
Just try.
Try to do what we do for 20 minutes.
Try
Wait,
to
I
do
also want to
20
say.
minutes of Joy Tactics verbatim.
I also want to say, speaking of Harrison Ford, I've been obsessed with Harrison Ford recently. I've been watching all these Harrison Ford movies, and he fucking knocks it out. He's not just Han Solo.
Okay.
He's not just Indiana Jones. He's a bunch of different characters. Okay, and I'm in love with Harrison Ford from the 90s and 80s.
And dude,
That's nothing to be
What?
ashamed of.
do you know how he got his start?
He was a carpenter, dude. wasn't he?
Podcasting.
He wasn't
Oh.
even. I don't think he was even an actor, right? He was just a carpenter. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe
I thi-
dabbled.
he was
in
in like Apocalypse Now and a bunch of stuff.
I
He was in
tell ya.
American Graffiti.
I tell you, all my favorite actors didn't start out as wanting to be actors.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt, Danny McBride.
McBrizzle.
What is that?
William Hung.
It's because acting is fucking easy.
Acting
It's
is easy for
because-
the talented.
It's interesting. What is talent?
Why'd you say that, Eric?
I'm just saying, like, if you're talented, not saying I am, but I probably am in some way. Then yeah, it's easy to the outside observer. Wait, but I need to say this about Harrison Ford. Okay, I'll list some of the movies: Clear and Present Danger, Regarding
Hilarious.
Henry,
Beautiful.
Witness,
Scary.
There's about 4 movies that came out in the 80s and 90s, maybe just 3, where Harrison Ford is wrongly accused of killing his wife.
Are
That
you
has
s-
to go?
Whoa.
Yeah, or
In the
something
conversation, I think
Not.
there's maybe something.
Some-
Isn't he?
He's in the
He's
conversation.
involved with some kind of
Yeah.
wife infidelity type shit.
Oh
Anyways,
fuck.
Vindicated. I am selfish. I am wrong. I am right. I swear I'm right. Swear I knew it all along. Sorry.
who's that? James. Who's that?
That's Dashboard Confessionals, isn't it?
Oh, I thought it was
James
yeah,
Blunt.
you're beautiful.
He's British and he's a military guy.
Yeah,
He's in the military.
I'm pretty sure he was in the military.
What's his name?
Respect.
James Blunt.
James Blunt.
Oh shit! Now that's
People
a name that
there-
gets you instant respect. You know, from
Instant
me.
respect.
What's your name, man? That's
James
awesome.
Blunt. Who else are you
Yeah.
chilling with? Fucking Tyler
Joint.
Bubba? Tyler Bubba?
Okay, so one thing I need to say is I was looking up
sorry.
all Harrison Ford shit on Letterboxd, and I found a movie that had about 2 reviews, 1 star. It looked like the most busted piece of shit I've ever seen. It's all recorded on camcorder, and Harrison Ford is listed as an actor in it.
Okay.
And I need to find the name of this shit. I'll find it, but before the
Like,
end of the
is he
podcast.
actually in it, or is it?
He is actually in it. He's in someone's like student film for a little bit, and he looks like haggard as
Oh, I
hell. It's
love
like-
that.
And people are getting in the bus, and the name of it is called like "What's Up, Bitch," And because that's his only line. He goes like, or that's like his first line. He goes like, "What's up, yacht?" And I was like, "Am I watching Harrison Ford?" And it
When
was.
did
It's
this come
him.
out?
2005 or something. It's clearly a
that
student
year was
film.
wicked.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I just wanted to tell everybody.
That's
that.
crazy,
I'm really
man.
curious.
Never count somebody out from doing something like that. Never, ever.
And speaking of Star Wars, maybe
Yo,
one of the
please.
biggest risks
What?
people with George Lucas took, because nobody believed in him. People were like, what the fuck is this, man? This is gonna bomb in the box office. He showed people early cuts of that, and they were like, sorry, man, I don't think this is gonna work for you. I know you this is your baby, this is your project. I don't think this is gonna work out, George Lucas. All right.
This is how I've.
But lo and behold,
Look what happened. Yeah.
Lo and behold, man. Lo and behold.
This is how I feel about the cinematic universe about chess that I'm trying to pitch. And everybody's saying, don't
Chess
fucking
1.
make it. Chess 1, chess 2.
Chess 3D.
Yeah,
Chess 3.
Chess
I
4,
love
the
that.
Pawn Chronicles.
PAWN. Pawn. Dude.
Shouldn't
I
there
would
be a
watch the fuck
movie
out of that.
about Barbie crush it? Shouldn't chess fucking crush it? And then
Of course
you can
it
do
should.
checkers.
And that's got
And then you
that's got no
Checkers.
like maker behind
There's no
it.
copyright. Yeah.
You can have
Chess,
and
the
you want to
movie.
talk about interesting characters, you got a fucking horse chilling with a fucking queen, chilling
A
with
bishop.
a fucking pawn, I don't know what that is. Chilling with what's a pawn? A fucking piece of metal? What is
Pawn,
that shit,
yeah,
by the
I
way?
A
A
pawn,
gate?
dude,
A
is like
fence?
just nah. A
It's like a
pawn's like a
bollard?
little busted little soldier.
And
Oh, it's
the
a
pawn
dude?
rises up to become
With the
the
round
king.
head?
Why
the
are the
queen.
pawns? It has some social implications, kind of like Barbie. Why are the pawns always the ones that get? They have the least amount of moves. You know what I'm saying? And the pawns rise up. There's more pawns than there are kings. There's more pawns than there are horses. Than
That's right.
Rooks or whatever is the.
And that's why
other
we need to
fucking
have a
piece.
general strike, man, because it's getting out of hand, and WGA has gone on long enough. It's time to join forces against Bill Maher. I want to go to Bill Maher's head and rip his head open from the teeth, open his head like a coconut, and drink his fucking brain out of his head with a fucking froyo straw. But then guess what? I would puke it up because his blood probably tastes so bad. I hate Bill Maher so much. He makes
Get
me
it,
maybe
man.
he makes me more mad than maybe anybody on the planet. Bill Maher. I think he has figured it out, and I know he's like leaning into it. Sorry, I'm gonna let it go.
I would say he is even at this point more annoying to me than Tucker Carlson.
Can I remind
couldn't
you guys
agree more.
about something?
What?
Okay.
Winners. Wait, hold on. Let me flip around. Losers
I don't. Yeah.
focus on winners, and winners, what do they focus on?
Winning.
Winning.
And who said that?
You did, and then
And
you.
who did I quote?
Were
Who was I
quoting
quoting?
that from Conor McGregor, the
Yeah.
UFC fighter.
I was.
Yeah.
Don't make me say a phrase, man.
And I feel like Gandhi was no, I don't know
He
who
might have
said
been
that.
up to that.
Did he quote it from somebody else, or is that an original?
He probably quoted it, but who's to say? No, he definitely quoted it.
But I've been thinking about that, and I think that's true. Why are we focusing so much on on Bill Maher, fucking loser ass?
Well, Bill Maher's a loser, and so it's not. You know what? I'm not focusing on Bill Maher as the winner. You know what I'm
I
saying?
guess we're losers focusing on losers.
We're
If
losers
Bill
focusing
Maher's
on
a loser.
losers in that scenario. Yeah, we're just getting pissed off at some fucking guy with weird hair who's gonna die alone. Realistically, he will be on the deathbed with a bunch of crickets all around him, going chirp chirp, before he enters
He's
oblivion.
had a show for like fucking 30 years or something.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you guys think Gandhi had a long one?
Oh, Eric. How do you think he's
Wait,
so
I think I
nice?
actually read he was evil. Him and
Oh,
Mother
really?
Teresa.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think these
Oh,
people.
really?
Yeah, he had some. He had some.
Hidden tip.
Bill. Man, if I
Yeah.
could go back in history and expose these people Ronan Farrow style, I would do it.
Ronan Farrow.
We need
I
to.
interviewed
We need to
him
get
one
this
time.
time machine invented.
Give me it now. Give me it.
Don't you think it's funny?
I would. I would rock with a time machine so hard. Sorry, go ahead, Jack.
No. Go ahead. I want to hear about that.
I mean, just some people would you go back in time and invest in Apple, whatever. I would just go chill in a pub in every single year, and talk to the people from the lower classes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just write books and make my money off of that.
Right. You would do it selfish.
The
You would,
time
like,
and
better
call
the
it the
world.
time travel
Right.
chronicles.
I would love that. I would love to see that. I'd pay you, actually. I would pay you to write that.
Can we seriously though get one good time traveling series? Like a good, if it was us.
What about that dude in the phone booth? Dr. Hancock?
Doctor Who?
Oh, Dr.
Dr. Hancock.
Isn't that about time travel?
Yeah. That's about like it. They go back in time, but that's interdimensional kind of. It's not.
Okay.
I want to see raw time travel. You know what I mean?
Well,
And I want to see people like us traveling, like Martin Lawrence, Black Knight style time travel. Remember Black Knight?
Oh yeah, dude,
Oh, that movie
was-
is good as fuck from my memory. I haven't seen it in a minute.
oh
No,
yeah.
it is.
You need more
Yeah,
normal.
because
folk.
the people that are gonna time travel it's not gonna be us. Let's be honest.
Oh, there's a fun one, but I don't think it's
What?
in English. There's one about this dude in Russia. This is from the 70s, I feel like. What the fuck is it called? And he like is building a time machine in his apartment, and then like the landlord is trying to fucking like evict him or something. He's like, "Fuck, dang it, I'm about to fucking get this shit figured out though. Hold on, give me a second." And then he accidentally figures it out, and he switches himself with like basically sends himself back to the Roman times. And so there's this fucking goofy ass Russian guy and his neighbor who are being like hunted and murdered by a bunch of old
it
Roman
funny?
people.
Is it
And then there's like
comedy?
a Roman king chilling out in the apartment in Russia, and they're like trying to play it cool. It's really funny, and it's like an old movie, so it's not like there's only like I feel like 3 or 4 locations in it, and it's very entertaining.
Richard
Fuck, what is
Linklater
it
said
called?
cinema is fucking dead and it will never come back to what it was.
That's
at
what they
one
said.
point.
That's what they said
Jealous.
when the talkies took over the silent films. You know what I mean? They said the good, and so cinema is always changing. It's malleable. Every generation says this is the last great generation. We haven't had some solid hits in a minute, but filmmaking is more accessible to people across the world than it ever has. So I don't need white men like Richard Linklater coming in my face telling me cinema's dead because he ain't watching where the good shit is.
I don't need people like Richard Linklater coming on my face and telling me all this fucking bullshit about what I clip it. That's the clip for the week. Okay, wait. The
What?
Russian movie is called Ivan Vasilievich, Back to the Future,
And I looked
1973, Moscow.
up the Harrison Ford short, and we'll link the Vimeo to this so people can watch it. The movie is called Water to Wine, and the poster of it is like a grainy ass sepia MacBook style photo booth
man.
picture of him, and the tagline is "What up, biatch?"
You know what? I respect that so much.
Isn't that sick? Like, why did
Yeah.
he do
would
this?
come into a student film like that
Hell
because
yeah.
I feel like a lot of these big actors, if we're talking about putting your 10,000 hours into something, you can get more selective with your projects as you become the Adam Drivers of the world,
Mhm.
So you might not be getting the reps that you need to get to that next level. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I want to encourage more of these A-list actors to hop on, sort of our social media videos, and because you're gonna get
Please,
those extra
yeah.
hours, in, and that's
Yeah,
gonna make you.
come
That's gonna
on.
get you closer to the Oscar,
If
to
there's
that special prize.
If you're
that
out
you've been
there,
wanting.
if you're out there and you're feeling a little stuck, you got writer's block, and your name is Drake, your name is Iggy Azalea, your name is Sia, your name is who is an actor?
Andy Milonakis.
Andy Milonakis, who was like killing it like 3 or 4 years ago. What about
Ice JJ Fish.
Ice JJ Fish? Whoa. Ice JJ Fish, hit us up anytime for anything.
Love him.
No, but hit us up and come hang.
Yeah.
Come listen to Iron and Wine with us and fucking wake up in the morning and brush your teeth with us and shit.
I want to take it back for 1 second and ask you guys a question. I love doing these hypothetical questions, and I think the
And
listeners
we love
it as
them.
well. Well, I think the
Yes.
listeners adore it. What would you guys do, Nate, when you come to New York? I said, you guys, would you come out with me tonight and come to this club? It's a prohibition style club, and you got to dress like you're from the 20s. Yeah, you guys want to come? I'll hook it up. I'll get you all suited up, but you got to look like you're from the 20s. And basically, I take you to an ancient door that is beneath a townhouse, and I knock on the door, and it all goes quiet. The city street goes quiet around us, and then Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure. Lights are flashing all around you. Shit's not feeling. You feel like you're getting the bends. What the hell? The door opens. It's a 1920s prohibition bar for real. You've gone back in time to the 20s. And then I turn around and I said, I've passed the curse on to you guys. You're stuck here now forever. You will never go back to your families. And this is your reality now. You live in the 1920s.
Okay, I grab you.
Hey, okay. And then
I
what?
say this. You realize you just messed up, right, mathematically?
Why?
Because you had the curse, right?
Yes, the time traveling
Just you?
curse.
And
Me
you
and my
passed
whole
it on to-
family. Yeah.
Oh, well, all right, well, that screws up what I was going to say.
Okay, just me. Just me.
Okay, just you. Well, what you fucked up as, like, is by doing both me and Nate. Because now I'm presuming it's only affecting us half-wise. Whereas you were really stuck. So
I
now
didn't
we have
think
the
about
ability
this.
to come back to Earth for half the day and beat the shit out of you. And we'll just fucking trade off.
Would you guys go crazy though in the 20s if you went back in time? Can you imagine?
Let's just say beer,
God.
wine, and liquor.
Man, that'd be
Except back
illegal.
then it would be fucking ale, fucking
Ale,
licorice,
sherry.
and banana oil. Ale, licorice,
All right,
banana oil,
so
and gun, and swords.
That bit might have been my most busted hypothetical of all time. I didn't really
Yeah.
think through it. I was kind of winging it, but I just wanted to know. Would you guys be
that was
impressed?
incredible.
Would you guys
Basically,
be
just-
impressed?
That
with
was just
me?
like a kidnapping. Like you just
I
went-
kidnapped you back to a
Yeah.
different decade.
a time travel kidnap.
Yeah, I mean, this is just what's going through my head all day. Stories as such.
Hypothetical
Okay.
scenarios.
I feel like we're
Method.
at deep enough in the podcast where anybody who I don't want to hear this isn't listening anymore, and I could say a kind of truthful, cringy story.
Say it now.
Please. This is where we just start get. Cause if you just got to the last quarter of Joy Tactics now, and this is your first time with us, it kind of takes a hard fucking pivot. And
We
you're
are
about to
naming
see why
names.
right now.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
naming names. We're canceling people. We're telling
Yeah.
just
We're not
just
doing
the
jokes.
craziest gossip that you've ever heard. And I want to welcome you to the last quarter of Joy Tactics right now because we're about to
made
get
it.
into this shit, and you're not gonna be disappointed.
And it's a sprint, by the way, because it's the end of the race. We're going hard.
Right.
All right. So
Go
here it
now.
is. An embarrassing story sponsored by Jack Bensinger. Yep. I was in college one time in North Carolina. Didn't go to college for a year after high school. Took some community college classes, whatever. Then I found out that Danny McBride went to college in North Carolina. So I went to that college because that made sense to me. Then the film Your Highness, hilarious film,
Oh, yeah.
was screening at the
I never
place.
saw that. Is that good?
The
It
Franco
is-
joint.
If you love it, you love it. But a lot of people didn't like it.
I remember
like-
skipping it.
It was
I
like
skipped it
It was
too.
basically like
I
if
skipped
Pineapple
the fuck out of it.
Express wasn't quite as good, but it was more interesting. Anyways, so they're screening it, and who's doing the Q&A? But the man himself, the legend, David Gordon Green.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, who went to the school as well. And I was at the time, I had kind of decided in my head, I am leaving this school. I am moving to Chicago to go do comedy. And so I was like really trying to get reassurance. And so I asked David Gordon Green, I said, do you think it's important to take risks in life?
Wow.
Because I
Wow.
wanted him to tell me, yes, basically you should drop out, essentially.
How old were you when you asked this?
I was a sophomore, so I was 23.
I'm imagining you asking this with a backpack on.
I probably had like a Goodwill like suit, like button up.
You were looking like a full-grown man. Like you were.
I still don't look like a full grown man, but I'll tell you what. Yeah, for those who also don't know, I was held back a couple times. So I graduated high school when I was about 19.
No fault of your own.
And I basically almost graduated college when I was 24. It's not a problem.
Okay, so what did he say?
He said something like so unremarkable and unmemorable. Like I was looking for like
Yeah.
an answer that was going to change the course of my life.
Yeah.
And he just said something along the lines like, yeah, man, of course. Yeah, you always got to take risks. like something. Not even that.
That kind of makes me.
Yeah, I'm like.
Well, here's the
I don't like
here's
that.
no. But here's the context. David Gordon Green, he had been explaining that he is in the throes of hell because he wants to make like good fucking movies, not just comedies
Right.
and this and that. And he was trapped into making like he had to direct The Sitter with like Jonah Hill and fucking like it was like ruining it. He was like not happy about.
And he was
having to
talking
do all
about
these
that?
comedies. Yeah.
He was saying like,
So
I don't want to do this
That's
shit.
so interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, I think that's why a lot of their stuff is amazing, is because it's like, I don't know, it has like cinematic qualities in mind when they're making their TV shows
For real.
and movies, you know,
Dude,
like
when we're-
so. There's something to it.
There is something big to
Obviously.
it. Watching Eastbound and Down, the way that they do. I hate to be so academic, but I can't help it because I am an academic in my core.
Right.
They are so. Their ability to do visual storytelling as well as auditorial storytelling, in the way that if you watch this scene in any other TV show on right now, they would just never communicate these things this way, where all of a sudden they're kind of dipping into a different genre and doing camera movements that aren't normal for this, just for one scene, just to kind of set something up and add some flair. And
TV is so busted right now.
it's
Can
on
we
the
get a break?
OR. It's in the OR.
Can we get a shout out to the John Wilson finale? That was amazing.
Oh,
That's a show that made me feel inspired of like, okay, there's something new happening. There's a new thing going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now that that's over, Succession, I'm like, what else we got?
Well, you know, I
Well, we
have
got
a
nothing.
theory.
What?
I have a theory that telemarketers and John Wilson, we had those back to back on Max.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
the end
Friday.
of the era.
Friday we had John Wilson, How to with John Wilson. Then
Yeah.
Sundays we had telemarketers produced by
Right.
Danny McBride.
Only 3 parts. I thought it would be
And-
more.
And the Safdies. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think this was a psyop because the white boys were planning something and they were trying to quell some sort of white boy rebellion. They were keeping us at bay. You
Go
know what I'm
on.
saying?
What do you
Go
mean?
on.
I don't fully understand
Yeah,
what you
go
mean.
on.
Just by distracting us with amazing television.
Oh. Yeah, I
Wait, so you're saying there's like
think
something
something happened?
happening in politics that we're not aware of?
It was just, I feel like there was a rumbling of like some alternative like indie white boys were cooking planet. There was some kind of revolt that was about to happen. They
Right.
predicted it and they were like, we got to give them like something to tape.
Oh,
them
you're
off.
saying there was about to be like a mass shooting, and like they needed all the like straight white boy like incel adjacent guys to.
Yeah,
Well,
some. I'm not saying mass shooting, but like something was cooking. Something was in the air. You know, like
a
that was
January 6th, like an alternative January 6th.
an
where we, like,
alt white boy January 6th.
I dare you to riff on that. I dare you, Eric. I dare you to.
You know, I got million things I could say right now that would go more viral than anything anybody's ever done. But
January
no, I'm gonna
6th.
keep it at
What's
bay.
that for? Alt January 6th. Come on.
Something about
For-
Ariel Pink being at both.
All right.
Oh yeah,
All right,
that's
Oh, there you go. Oh shit. Wait
All
a
right.
minute. All right.
But we need some good TV. It's
We need
it's gonna
somebody
fall to
take
us.
risks. We need these studios at the fucking AMPTP to stop doing what they're doing that's so evil and take risks, okay?
Yeah,
and
girl.
take risks. Listen
Yep.
to us. The strike has gone on long enough. And they're waiting until we run out of homes, until we all can't afford our houses anymore. None of us have houses, man. We didn't have houses to begin with. He who makes a beast out of himself gets rid of the pain of being a man.
Oh, Avenged Sevenfold.
I don't think they made that up, but
Man.
yes, they use it as well.
But there are beastly pains. There are beastly pains that men.
But that's not
once you're a beast, you get a whole new tier of pain.
That's
I'm
such a
finding this
good
out
point.
from Baldur's Gate 3 is that you think it's easier because this is a different
Oh,
class
dude.
or different. Nah. Everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses. And I'll tell you, beasts probably have pain that would
You could
hurt badly.
imagine getting a splinter if you're a fucking big old ogre. You probably get the
Youch.
craziest splinter. Youch is right.
Disgusting. Ogres make me sick. If you're a fucking slimy ogre,
Even
tune
Shrek?
out.
You don't-
Drop off my
Shrek,
line.
you don't mean
Yeah.
that about Shrek, do you?
Nah, well, Shrek is,
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That was pretty
amazing.
good.
That was amazing.
Fuck, what were we just talking about? TV being good
Well,
again?
This is maybe, for some reason, this feels like one of the most unhinged episodes we've had in a while in terms of
topics and conversation.
So thanks for rocking with us. We
well,
got a lot on our
people
minds
love
right
that.
now.
Are you serious?
And we got 10 minutes left. Because
Well, this is what I've been thinking about. We need to be I've been thinking about taking more financial risks. I'm talking about money.
You worry
risks.
me when you talk like this, but
well, let's hear him out. Let's hear him out.
yeah, but keep going. Keep going.
Every couple of months, I have this deranged, like, perception of money in a way that I just want to go to. And I don't never go to casinos ever. Okay, I'm not like a gambler. I never gamble. I've only gambled a couple times in my life. One of them has been with you guys. But I have this fucking feeling like I either want to put it all on black, every fucking cent, put it all on black at the roulette table, and just
my friend's
fuck
brother
it.
did that.
And what happened?
Well, he lucked out, but he turned $100 into $300 and said, "I'm done gambling for the whole time." And I'm like,
Yeah, but that wasn't his like life savings,
Coward.
was it?
well, I don't know.
If so,
I don't know how much
pathetic,
that.
man. But I'm talking about either doing something like that or just putting all of my money into, I just need like a business idea or something like that. I'm willing to just put it all into invest.
Okay.
Because that's what people do. They take these, and I'm talking about a real risk, not these fake risks that people talk about. Real risk where if this doesn't work out, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I want
You
to take
want
one of those.
some
Those are
skin
the
in the
risks that
game.
pay off.
You need skin in the game.
So, Nate, what do you care about?
Money.
Okay. All right. That's not what I was really meaning. All right. So, I'll fix them. So, how about this? You are passionate about nose strips, breathing strips.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Customized.
Surely you're not fully satisfied with your experience. Like, you can imagine that they could be a little better. You can imagine it. Is it the aesthetics? Is it the function? Is it the usability? Is it the reusability? Recycle? Are they not recyclable? What else are you passionate about? Is it comedy?
You should turn nose strips do the Balenciaga nose strip. Pair it with
The
some
luxury nose strip.
Yeah,
edible luxury nose strips with pheromones on it, so they get you horny.
You know what? You know what I was thinking too when I wore those nose strips? Turn that make it just a little more stickier, or put something on it that turns it into like a blackhead remover as well.
Oh my!
You know what I'm
God.
saying?
So you have one strip of incredible skin at all times.
Yep.
And you can film it and go viral for making pimple popper videos.
Yuck. But yeah, exactly.
Totally, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we just came up with at least $100,000 idea right there.
So just send it to us, Nate, and we'll figure it out. Don't worry about it.
All right. Yeah, for sure.
Do you know there's that like tape called like hostage tape?
Huh?
They've mouth taping has been a big Huberman, Joe Rogan thing where
Oh, for sleeping.
And then there's like the male oriented, it's called like hostage tape. And it's just like a black piece of tape that looks manly that goes over your.
It's the liquid death of mouth.
Yeah,
tape.
yeah.
What? Like people don't want to put like a
a dainty little. No, they want like
Dude.
a.
Well, this is definitely something hot to go in on is liquid deathifying shit. Like what are you a little bit, as a man, a little bit embarrassed of doing? How about podcasts? These things are phallic. What if we made the pussy mic so that you're not holding a phallic thing? You're holding basically like a
clitoris. Riffing in the
and
clit.
it's called like the male savagery death mic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's called like the deathophone. It's called like the microphone. You know what I'm saying?
There needs to be more, and Jack, maybe we can turn to you for guidance on this. Male candy. Make candy kind of fucking sick again. Rugged licorice.
Yeah.
Fucking sharp.
Yeah.
Tylenol sharp.
I'm so... Hey, Eric. Naughty.
Oh, shit.
Eric, Tylenol sharp. That's pretty funny, man. Who'd you say?
But you know what I mean? Some badass candy.
So here's the let's break it down.
Yeah.
So step one, is it's all about the aesthetics. So if I'm walking down the street right away, I don't want to be holding a little crinkly bag, right?
Nah.
So maybe we start with the packaging, right? What's a manly thing to put your hand in as you're walking around? A box of fucking
a gun
box,
Yeah.
a fishing tackle box, or
Yeah.
what else do men have? Oh, what about one of those like a ditty bag? You ever heard of that?
What's that?
A ditty bag, isn't it? It's like you keep like grips carry them to keep all their equipment in and shit.
Oh yeah, you want to put candy in that?
So you put candy in a
sell it.
big ass leather satchel, like Velcro, fucking whatever, Kevlar fucking thing, and then I guess by the looks of it, it would. I don't know.
What if it was like burlap, a burlap container? It looks like rugged. Looks like almost chewing tobacco.
Yeah. And it's called fucking like, well, if it's branded in an alcoholic way, because it's so bad for you.
Give me that now. Give me some alcohol candy.
That's what I'm saying. Why don't we call it fucking Burnett's Twizzlers? You know, get Twizzlers out of it. Burnett adult twistings. You know what I'm saying?
Need alcoholic.
Burnett's adult twistings. That's funny.
We need alcoholic Slim Jims.
Oh, ooh, that's so fucking.
Oh, dude, you know what, Nate? There's a business for you. You need to put let's say you put $40,000 worth of Slim Jims. Buy that, and then buy $40,000 worth of jars of whiskey. Right now, put all the Slim Jims in there and let them soak it all up over the next decade. Meanwhile, you're doing the promotion, you're hyping it up, you're doing music videos about it. Oh my God, 10 years worth of music videos about Nate's alcoholic Slim Jims. And then you're
10 years worth of.
We need to be soaking more shit in alcohol. I think American culture, Western culture is so behind soaking shit in alcohol. Like you guys have tried Baijiu, right? Baijiu.
I was just talking about that a couple
liquor.
days ago.
Well, you guys know my best bud Jess.
Yep.
His wife is Chinese, comes from China, and apparently her mom has a whole at their house like a collection of baijiu, and it's like they put like berry. I don't even know what they put in it, but it's all things to like flavor it. They soak stuff in it, and then now it's flavored and it's delicious. And they do the same at the Russian tea room, where they soak all that vodka and horseradish and dill and lemon.
Well, now here's the
ginger.
opposite scenario. This is I believe the worst thing I've ever eaten in my life.
What?
Is a friend in Chicago was working at a place that had apples that were sliced like in a kind of, so they look like tires, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There's like fancy apple slices.
Yeah.
And they had been soaked in whiskey for like 1 billion years. Oof. And it wasn't, you didn't drink the whiskey, you got the apple. And the eating, like chewing and eating on something that purely tasted and hurted like liquor was one of the hardest things I've ever had to eat. Isn't that interesting?
You had to go through that.
That
man.
sounds gross.
Well,
this was at a restaurant, at like a fancy restaurant.
You know what I'm realizing and wondering is maybe they used those apples to flavor the stuff, and those things were gonna get thrown out, and that's why we got them for free, and but they get you fucked up, so we ate them.
Oh. We need to dedicate a whole episode to liquor and liqueurs, cocktails.
That's true.
We have to do the get all fucked up episode, please.
Yeah.
Have we done that?
No.
We've had a drink or two.
Weed one.
We should do Power Hour with liquor.
Oh,
well,
God.
we could do it experimentally. Wait, what's Power Hour? Where you have 6 hot dogs and 6 beers and 6 pieces of fucking joints or something?
No, Power Hour
is
is
a
like
shot of beer
a minute.
every minute. And by the end of an hour, you have drank probably 4 beers.
That's about 60 ounces of beer.
A shot
of beer. A little
beer.
more, 75 ounces.
Wait a minute, 4 beers in an hour?
We should do a Power Hour, dude.
I'm saying that with peanut butter whiskey.
What if we
Ew.
Wait a
That's
minute.
the most
Hey,
disgusting shit on the planet.
watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. I just had peanut butter whiskey for the first time, chilled. But let me tell you, it was handed to me by 2 elders, which made me, like, I feel like if I got this same shot handed to me by a 19-year-old, I'd be like, this is fucking disgusting. I'm gonna feel like shit. But because it was handed to me by two people whose boat I was on, who I won't name, and who were a little older than us, perhaps
Somebody's
I guess
parents?
no older than 55 if I had to, somebody's
Right.
parents. But they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I thought it was fancy.
It tasted
Now
good?
It tasted good, and I thought it was fancy, and now you're saying that, and I'm realizing it wasn't.
It reminds me of the guy that worked at my college liquor store, and he looked like what's his name from Harry Potter, the groundskeeper. You know what I'm talking about?
Hagrid.
Not Hagrid. It's
Snape.
the mean one. And he had long ass white hair, and he talked like this. And I talked to him one time, and he
Dobby?
was like, "I never drink any of this shit. I haven't had a drink of alcohol my entire life." I remember thinking, "This is the saddest existence. You're surrounded by all this delicious liquor. You never tried a drop. You know what I mean? And you're looking at fake IDs all day and passing. I think this guy must have passed by now. Must have passed away by now.
You guys want to hear an epic college moment,
Yeah,
drinking
passed.
moment that I had?
Constantly.
Definitely.
I went to Ohio State University in Columbus,
Shout out.
Ohio, and this is one of those like party schools. Like people go to this school to party, and that's like above education. And there was a night where probably maybe the most I've ever drank in my life was this night, and we were up. I'm talking all night long into the morning, like
What the hell?
into like 7
Ludicrous
a.m.
style.
drinking still.
No.
Like it was like
Luda.
it was fucked up. Like I'm like disgusted even thinking of it right now. So we were drinking till 7 in the morning out on my front lawn.
Most excellent.
And a guy was walking to class, like an early class in the morning, and saw us like drinking alcohol. And then he went to class and we were still drinking. Like he came back from the class and he had a 6-pack and he gave it to us. And he was like, keep going, guys.
Oh my
That
god.
is legendary.
That is level
status.
10 Stacy's mom epic
That
bunk bed moment.
That's like
is
a Animal
Bert
House style.
Kreischer. Yeah, that's national.
was
That
good.
is a beast. That is
Oh,
That
somebody
makes
who
me
would be in
sick
a
that
movie.
just
Shout
thinking of
out.
that.
That makes
But
me want
I
to go to
was-
college.
Give me some beer now.
Dude, let's have a fucking beer.
You know what? Weirdly enough, liquor and cocktails, it's fading away from me a little bit. I'm not as interested
No.
recently.
No. That's just because you've
Eric.
been literally bedridden sick for the
I'm
last
saying
2.5 weeks.
beer. I'm back on beer.
Oh.
Oh.
Them
I
light
love-
beers,
yeah,
the
yeah.
Michelob Ultras.
Yeah, that's what I like.
That's-
Dude, they have, you know what they have? Modelo came out with their
with a
Michelob.
super platinum light. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Did
know
you see
all
that?
the.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I
You were
just heard,
so excited
I
to
just
say
heard
that,
about it from somebody, but I haven't tried that yet. That sounds good. doesn't
I
it?
was so jacked. I saw that in a Target. I was like, oh shit.
We got to be having
We can drink
someone-
Modelo's light style, like the Michelob Ultra style.
That just like when we were in Martha's Vineyard and we were cooking that final steak taco dinner night, I had about 4 Michelob Ultras while I was cooking, and that is the best I've ever. And I'm listening to my music. I'm playing it because I'm cooking. I get to play the music. Oh la la, that is heaven to me. Chopping, dicing, beer.
Yeah. Well, I got those 3 tall
best
boys
noise.
that you bought. They're still in my fridge, Jerry.
That was the funniest alcohol purchase I've seen in a very long time.
Okay, so our last, if you guys listen to the Busted Love
The
episode,
worst,
where
probably the worst episode we've had.
maybe the word, and by the way, I think I said, but I fell asleep about 30 seconds afterwards and was snoring in the bed. I had bought 3 packs of giant tall boys of Modelo.
6 tall boys.
6
Thinking that like, oh, this night might get crazy.
Yeah, I was thinking we might have
And
some
we-
fun tonight.
And we had this was at midnight, and we had a flight at 7 in the morning.
And we had about 2 sips each. Nate, you had the most, man. You were, I
I
noticed
had
your beer
probably
was
half
a little
of a
lighter.
beer. Yeah.
Yeah, but I couldn't even do it. So
They're
That
still
was
out there
pathetic.
waiting for us in LA. Speaking
Let's-
of LA, don't forget, get your tickets. Dynasty
Yeah.
Typewriter. When is
September
it?
some special
September
guests
14th.
are incoming. We can't drop them quite yet, but we'll drop their names. Very
Get your
soon.
tickets now.
Yeah, we can't say who it is, but we can say one of them is Sarah Sherman, and then the rest of them we're
We
working on
can't
it.
say who it. We can't even reveal that it's Sarah Sherman, but we'll let you guys know when we drop the lineup.
Good
Yeah.
I'll let
golly.
you know right now though.
Good gracious.
And September 25th, we're going to be at the Bell House, and we're having a residency in Slovenia. We're going to be there for all of 2024.
That's right.
That's right. And it's a way to get out of some prison time
Some
that we don't want to
tax
talk
sheltering.
about.
Yeah.
This has been the Risk episode. Listen. Oh, fuck, did I just have something else I remembered based on that?
Well, we got to say what gave us joy.
Oh, my bad. Good God.
Let me say something real quick, just on
What?
Risk. Just one more thing. My therapist told me this, okay? And, well, anyways, he said that one of his patients, he was like, you're pursuing your dreams and, like, that's awesome, whatever. But he was like, I have patients that nothing is in their way. I was like talking about how there are things in my way to like pursuing what I want to do. Like there's people that have to say yes to you. There's gatekeepers, that have to say yes to me for my dream to be fully actualized, which, is true and not true at the same time. Anyways, he was like, I have patients who would, who there's nothing stopping them from doing what they're like a carpenter or something like that, and they want to sing or something. They want to be a singer, and nothing is stopping them from taking that leap and becoming a singer. And I was like, can you tell them that I would be so jealous of them, that there is nothing stopping you from doing it, and why would you not do it? So I hope this is just that extra push. If there's somebody out there who wants to pursue your dream, do it now.
And I'll just comment on that. I think that's beautiful, but have a safety net. Have a fucking, do not just go out there and pursue with nothing underneath you, because you are going to fail miserably. Get a day job that can pay you pretty good money and do this shit on the side until you can't do that day job anymore. That's what I've done. And it's worked wonders for me until I got laid off.
You're saying
Nate,
in the darkest room.
It's so,
yeah. To be completely honest, Nate, I don't understand what you said. And I want you to say
that's
it again.
fine.
No.
And that's fine.
Will you
And
say
that's
it
fine.
all
We can
short
just
for
move
me?
on. Yeah.
Wait,
Huh?
what? So he was saying what? That people would be jealous? What?
I was okay. Let's just move on. It's just
No,
not
because
even
listen, there's a lot of people with my level of comprehension skills that didn't understand you as well.
I'll try and break
I'm
it down.
sure it's not-
I got you, Jack. I got you.
This is embarrassing
Okay.
now.
So I was okay. All right. So I was telling him about how there are obstructions, there are obstacles in my way to achieving my dream. Okay, you with me, Jack? You just moved out of the
I'm
frame.
listening, man. I'm listening.
You listening? Okay, you're just laying down while listening.
I just have.
There are things in my way, and he was like, I have clients who there's nothing stopping them. There's nothing in their way from achieving their dream.
so they're a carpenter, but then they want to be being a singer. There's no
That's
obstacles?
the example I gave. Just
But
off
they
the top
can't.
of
But
my
there's
head.
still goal. There. How could there be nothing stopping anybody from achieving their dream unless their dream is? You can't just. Their dream is to go sing on the sidewalk. What do you mean?
Exactly. Like, let's just say it's as simple as that.
Oh, they just want to be like go to karaoke and have friends.
I see what you're saying.
Or
There are people
Sure.
who are afraid to even allow themselves to indulge in their interests.
Got you. I've
Exactly.
heard
that.
Chef.
Okay.
The
Yes,
bear.
chef. The bear.
So that's
shout
it.
out.
Yeah, you got it, and we worked through
Okay.
this.
So then I see what you're saying. Oh, I couldn't agree more. Yeah.
So go out there and fucking just and don't have a backup. I'm gonna counter Eric's thing. Don't have any backup.
No,
go
no,
all
no.
in. Quit your job. Put it all on black. Fucking lose your relationships. Lose friends. Lose your life into your passion. Because go all in. Because if you don't, it's not gonna work out.
Get a job
If
in
you have
e-commerce.
if you have that backup plan, it ain't gonna work out for you. Sorry.
Listen, get a job that you're willing. Never have a job that you're not willing to quit. Be willing to live alone and know how to be lonely for the rest of your life. A setup is a setback for a comeback, even if you get whatever. And by the way, I can't remember.
Well, and I'll say this.
You were
Sometimes
on a
the
roll there.
Sometimes
I
the
had
most
it too.
beautiful image is a mattress on the ground in a new city. No belongings, just the clothes on your back and a suitcase and a new job. You know what I mean? Let yourself think that's beautiful, because that is beautiful. That's a risk, starting over.
Yeah.
So what gave me joy this week? Well, we directed one of the most viral music videos of all time for a band called Hotline TNT. Me and Jack, Nate would have been in it if he was here. Caleb Pitts was in it. Jill O'Connell was in it. And we had an amazing time. So go check that out now.
And what gave me joy this week was there's this green salsa at
I want to try it.
I went to
That's
salsa
awesome.
and beer this
No,
week. And we're
no,
gonna go back.
you did?
We
Yeah.
are going next week. Oh my god.
And I was just eating the fuck out of the green salsa there and the orange salsa, and I was just like, I
Who'd you
mean,
go
I feel
with?
like me and Jane, we just went together,
Nice.
and we got the fajitas, and it was just, we had the perfect, like, I feel like I just like perfectly didn't get too full, because that's a problem there. You can
Oh,
get
you
way
gotta-
too fucking full.
You got to split
at
the
salsa and beer.
Zacatecas fajitas with someone.
We split the Guadalajara fajitas, sizzling fajitas. We split them because it's so much. And
That's
even
too
then,
much.
I was full. I couldn't even eat the whole fucking, my half of it. With the chips, with the bean dip on the side. Get out of town.
My mouth is
Perfect meal.
watering. I'm not kidding.
Mine
you.
is too. Whoa.
Under $40, we're talking. Or under, with tip, 50.
But you
with
gotta
the way
get-
I tip, under $700. All right? The way I tip, yeah. But for you all, it's under $50 for if you're doing it Nate Verone style. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Nate, do you know that there's a margarita bar that's opening in Ridgewood that's gonna be open when you're here, dude?
And is that
And
the
it's
people
owned
who
by
did
Rolo's.
whatever?
Rolo's,
I met
yeah.
the owner of Rolo's, didn't I?
Did you at your birthday? That's what
At my
Caleb was
birthday.
saying.
And I tried making a joke, and I could tell that he wasn't down, so I pulled the parachute on it.
You tried to
and I
make a
started-
joke about Rolo's.
I did, yeah. I was all fucked up. It was my birthday, and
It's understandable.
I was walking into a joke. I was gonna start roasting him for making kind of bougie ass burgers, and then I stopped because I could see he wasn't really wanting to joke about that, his passion.
I went to Rolo's last night. Had a wonderful time.
I love Rolo's every time I go. I love their take on the burger. It's different.
So what gave you joy, Jack?
What gave me joy besides Rolo's is listen. What gave me joy was spending the holiday, Labor Day. Shout out to people who enjoy that. Is going on my friend's parents' boat. This was lovely. Little Thorn, my best friend Eric, wasn't there. Sorry,
I was
man.
sick. I was
You
couldn't
sick.
make it.
But this was so lovely. I'd never spent a day on a boat, and this was like a beautiful fucking boat, dude.
Did you go
It was-
tubing?
We didn't go tubing, but we did go bring some paddle boards out. And it was a boat that's like a boat you dream of, where it's like it has this kind of 70s like mustardy kind of energy and colors and vibe and stuff.
Oh shit!
And the speakers were all on there, and there's like a grill and a stove and all this stuff built in.
Was there a
And
bathroom?
There's a downstairs with a bed and a bathroom and a
Whoa,
shower.
Get me out there.
And my friend, I won't say who, but let's just say they're going to be a guest, and their name is Sarah. They're going to be at Dynasty Typewriter. But let's just say they took a shit on the fucking boat, and it fucking clogged the toilet. And then they scooped up all the fucking toilet paper and toilet water to try to unclog it. And we were all hanging out in the water right behind the boat. And she was like laughing and threw, I don't know if I have to be able to say this. And she threw a bucket of toilet water in the water where we were all fucking hanging out, and everybody like got back on the boat, and it like was one of the most psycho things I've ever seen. But
I feel like that's something like a fan of hers would guess that she's up to.
Yeah.
it's
Sarah
not
up
in the
to?
way that you think. Like it's not in like the Sarah. Like Sarah is I don't want to out her, but she's actually quite squeamish and quite normal. But so it wasn't a gross thing. It was like she is like blacking out in like humiliation and laughter, and just like couldn't hear us and was being inhuman. But at the end of the day, my thing that gave me joy is the people who I was with on that boat. It was so lovely to get to peer into another family and feel somebody else's home in this cold world. The inhuman
amazing.
dearth of noble natures.
There aren't enough fun families out there. When I meet a fun family,
Go.
that is just the best, man.
These
'Cause my-
motherfuckers, listen,
I'll tell you what.
one of the first times I met Sarah Sherman's dad, I wrestled him on the floor,
That's
on
awesome.
the hardwood floor.
That's awesome.
And
That's how I want to. I want to be a dad like
There-
that. That's like
There's
Well,
some
stay in
busted
shape. This
families
dude's
out
in
there.
shape. This dude is in good shape.
We will stay in shape when we have our children.
I'm in bad shape right now.
Me
I have
too.
no
But
excuses.
it's because I've been sick.
We need motivation. Motivate us. Send us DMs
I need
with
a goal. I need
motivation. We all
clarity.
need it. We all need
Please.
inspiring messages because it's what keeps us going. We need some motivation from the fans right now. DM us your most sentimental shit ever to keep us going and rocking and staying very creative in these times.
And let us know in the
yeah.
comments what risk you took this week, medical or otherwise. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to Joy Tactics.
Risks.
Let's just go another hour.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I mean, we're here.
All right. And people should know that before every episode, we're talking for about an hour on Zoom before and we can never get started. So
We have no idea what we're going to talk about.
We
and
have
then-
talked for hours at this point. Good God.
Yeah, at least a couple.
All right. All right.
All
Joy
right.
Tactics out. God bless you all this week. Something bad's coming. Be prepared.
Watch your back.
Well, that concludes another incredible fucking episode of Joy Tactics. Head over to patreon.com/joytactics to unlock exclusive weekly bonus episodes. And make sure to follow us on social media where we post fire TikToks and hilarious shit like that. And if you loved the shit you just listened to, make sure to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. Thanks for listening, and remember, we are shaped by our thoughts, we become what we think. When the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves.